The salvage ship Resilience drifted through the debris field like a metal scavenger hunting for scraps. James wiped grease from his hands as he peered through the reinforced viewport, scanning the twisted remains of what had once been a Zephyrian battlecruiser. "Another dead zone," muttered Liza from the pilot's seat, her fingers dancing across the navigation console. Whatever hit these ships, it hit them hard. James nodded grimly. The war between the Galactic Coalition and the Void Swarm had left. Countless wrecks scattered across this sector. Most salvage crews avoided the area. Too dangerous, they said. Too many unknowns. But James and Liza weren't most crews. "Wait," Liza's voice sharpened. "I'm picking up a faint energy signature, section C7 of that cruiser fragment." James grabbed his toolkit and helmet. "Life support?" "Minimal. Whatever it is, it won't last long." They suited up and crossed through the airlock into the cold vacuum. The cruiser's hull had been sheared clean through, exposing twisted corridors and shattered bulkheads. James followed the energy readings deeper into the wreckage, his helmet light cutting through the darkness. That's when he found it. The creature was massive, easily 8 feet tall, but lay crumpled against a bulkhead like a broken toy. Its body was a fusion of organic tissue and advanced cybernetics, with gleaming metal limbs and neural interfaces that pulsed weakly with dying light. One of the feared Zephyrian combat cyborgs, engineered for war and destruction. But this one was barely alive. "James," Liza's voice crackled through the comm. "That's a Zeph cyborg. They're programmed to kill anything that moves." James knelt beside the creature, studying its biomechanical systems. Half of its cybernetic spine had been severed, leaving it paralyzed. Its organic organs were failing without proper neural connection to its life support systems. "Not this one," James said quietly. "Look at its neural patterns. The combat protocols are offline. It's just scared." The cyborg's large, multifaceted eyes focused on James with what seemed like surprise. Its voice emerged as a weak electronic whisper. "Human, why do you not flee?" "Because you need help," James said simply. Liza's protest echoed through the comm, but James was already opening his toolkit. He'd spent years studying alien technology, fascinated by how different species approached engineering problems. The Zephyrians were masters of biomechanical integration, but their systems were notoriously complex. "The spinal interface is severed here," James muttered, running diagnostic scans with his portable analyzer. "But if I can reroute the neural pathways through the secondary cortex." "Human," the cyborg wheezed. "My designation is Crick 7. I am built for warfare. My kind has slaughtered thousands of your species." James didn't look up from his work. "Yeah? Well, my kind has a saying. Everyone deserves a second chance." Working in zero gravity with jury-rigged tools, James began the delicate process of rewiring the cyborg's neural network. Zephyrian biotechnology was incredibly advanced, but it followed logical patterns. He bypassed the damaged spinal segments and rerouted critical functions through auxiliary pathways. "James, we've got company," Liza warned. 3 Void Swarm scouts closing fast. The enemy ships that had been hunting through this graveyard had found them. James's hands never stopped working. "How long?" 10 minutes, maybe less." Crick 7's eyes dimmed further. "Leave me, human. Save yourself." "Not happening," James growled, making a final connection. "There, try moving your left arm." The massive cybernetic limb twitched, then slowly raised. Crick 7 stared at it in wonder. "The primary motor functions should be restored," James said, helping the cyborg sit up. "Your organic systems will need time to fully integrate, but you should be mobile." Crick 7 slowly rose to its full height, towers over James. Its weapon systems came online with a series of mechanical clicks and whirs. For a moment, James wondered if he'd made a terrible mistake. Then the cyborg knelt, bringing its massive head level with James's helmet. No human has ever helped one of my kind. Why? James shrugged. Because it was the right thing to do. 5 minutes. Liza's voice was urgent now. Crick 7 stood, its systems fully powered. Then I will do what is right for you, James Human. The three of them made it back to the Resilience, just as the Void Swarm scouts emerged from behind a debris cloud. The alien vessels immediately opened fire, their dark energy weapons lancing toward the salvage ship. But Crick 7 was ready. The Cyborg's built-in weapons systems, plasma cannons, particle beams, and micro-missile launchers, unleashed devastating volleys. Its combat algorithms, now fully operational thanks to James's repairs, calculated trajectories and weak points with lethal precision. Within minutes, all three enemy scouts were nothing but expanding clouds of debris. Incredible, Liza breathed as they watched the battle's aftermath. Crick 7 turned to James, its mechanical features somehow managing to convey gratitude. You fixed more than my systems, human. You showed me that strength is not just about the ability to destroy but the courage to help those in need. James smiled behind his helmet. Just remember that next time you meet other humans out here. I will, Crick 7 vowed, and I will ensure others of my kind remember as well. The galaxy speaks of human bravery in battle, but today I learned of human bravery and compassion. As the Resilience prepared to depart, Crick 7 transmitted something to their ship's computer, star charts marking safe passage routes through Zephyrian space, along with codes that would identify them as friends, rather than enemies. You gave me back my strength, the cyborg said in farewell, but you gave me something more valuable. Hope that this war need not define us forever. James watched the massive figure disappear into the wreckage, already beginning the long journey back to Zephyrian space. Sometimes the most powerful repairs weren't to machines or bodies, but to the connections between different forms of life. In the cold vastness of space, one human's compassion had bridged a gap that warfare never could.